Belgium is a country in the Benelux that many of you might know for their invention of the waffle, the chippy, and of course the Battle of Waterloo. But unfortunately, the nation commonly known as Belgique does not exist. While at first this claim might seem very stupid, I have just one question for all you Belgica believers. How the fuck can Belgium exist when it didn't have a government for 652 days?
Up the Ra!
In fact, the lands of Flanders and Wallonia are actually split between France and the Netherlands. However, it is true that before the advent of the Second World War, there was a country in the Benelux known as Belgium, and we can even see that this country exists in the popular grand strategy game Hearts of Iron 4. So after a long day of day drinking and chain smoking in the park, I had what many might call a thought, an idea even. What if I took Belgium and turned it into an industrial behemoth powerful enough to conquer both Germany and France? In Hoi4, of course. So that's exactly what I did. Alright, it's time to play as Belgium, and Belgium fucking sucks. Playing as Belgium, you get a decent industry, a decent army, and a decent manpower pool. And you even get the Congo, which is a pretty big colony that has some pretty decent resources. Overall, playing as Belgium is kind of like playing as the Netherlands, but unlike the Netherlands, you don't get a focus tree, and you also don't get some terrible national spirits that debuff you for the first half of the game. Since our goal is to take over France and Germany, we're first gonna have to form the Benelux. Which means that, of course, we're gonna have to go fascist. One of the downsides of having the generic focus tree, would you look at that, Germany's going monarchist, is that all the focuses take 70 days. So I pretty much sat around for a year doing absolutely nothing. Alright, I am fascist now, which means it is time to justify on the Dutch East Indies. And it takes 235 days for that justification. Fuck me. Seeing that absurdly long justification time, I was forced to, again, sit around doing absolutely nothing for another year. Alright, as you can see, my justification has finished, which means it's time to declare war on the Dutch East Indies. The war was less about the Dutch East Indies and more about the Netherlands. But regardless of what the war was really about, I was able to beat the Dutch very easily because I had manpower and they did not. Immediately after I beat the Dutch, I started justifying on Luxembourg, and after waiting for another 215 days, I completely annihilated Luxembourg and formed Leo Belgicus. Right, now that I formed the Benelux, it's time to kill the French. Hopefully that's not too hard. Fighting France turned out to be way easier than I thought it'd be. For some reason, after I beat a naval invasion the French had attempted in the Netherlands, France turned into the Mali Federation and moved practically their entire army off of the front line, leading to me capitulating them very easily. Now that I've conquered France, it's time to start justifying on the Germans. Fighting them is not gonna be fun. Fighting Germany was, in fact, not fun, with the first year of the war being a complete stalemate. But after the Soviets declared war on Finland, the German army decided that fighting Russia was more important than fighting Belgium, so they sent the majority of their army east. This allowed me to start pushing into Germany one tile at a time, and after 2 years of crawling towards Berlin, I finally managed to capitulate Germany. Unfortunately for me, I was still at war with Austria-Hungary and Italy, but luckily Austria didn't have any manpower and Italy didn't have an army, so I was able to beat them fairly quickly. I finally won this goddamn war! And now that I have conquered both France and Germany, it's time to finally form the Frankish Empire. Goddamn, that took longer than it should have. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and consider supporting me on Patreon like these people up on screen, link in the description. Remember to always drink and drive, and I will see you all on the next one. Roll the Hoi4.